My sister let her toddler destroy my gaming setup and told me it's my fault for not baby-proofing it and says she won't pay me back. Hi Reddit, I'm 25F, and I'm honestly at my breaking point with this one. I need an outside perspective because my entire family is acting like I'm Hitler for standing my ground. So, I am a student software developer and a pretty serious PC gamer in my free time. I live alone in a one-bedroom apartment that I've spent years making cozy and functional. I saved up for a long time to build my dream PC setup, triple monitors, custom mechanical keyboard, ergonomic chair, the works. Altogether, my rig is worth a bit over $2,000, and I take care of it like it's a damn child. Last weekend, my older sister, 30F, asked if she could crash at my place for one night because her apartment was being fumigated, and her husband was out of town. She has a 3-year-old son, Max, who's, let's say, spirited. I love him, but he's a little chaos goblin. I hesitated, but she swore she'd keep an eye on him and that it'd just be for one night. They showed up Saturday afternoon, and immediately it was clear she wasn't kidding about Max being a handful. Within 10 minutes of arriving, he'd pulled 4 books off my shelf, thrown my houseplants on the floor, and spilled juice on my area rug. I tried to stay chill. He's 3, I get it, but I asked my sister politely to please keep him out of my office, where my PC setup is. She rolled her eyes and said, "He's just exploring, he's curious, it's normal." But she closed the office door anyway. Cut to Sunday morning. I wake up to screaming. Max had apparently woken up before his mom, managed to open the office door, and decided my setup was his new jungle gym. He pulled down one of my monitors, cracking the screen. He stuck crackers into the PC tower's ventilation slots, I'm not kidding, yanked out my keyboard's keycaps, and colored on my chair with permanent marker. But worst of all, he poured apple juice into the tower. When I tell you I went silent, I mean dead silent. My sister comes in, sees the damage, and just says, "Oh no," in this incredibly flat tone, like someone knocked over a cup of coffee. I start freaking out, and she has the audacity to say, "You should have baby-proofed the room if it was that important to you." I lost it. I told her that 1, she knew he wasn't supposed to be in there, 2, this is my space, not a damn daycare, and 3, baby-proofing a $2,000 gaming setup is not a standard requirement for adults living alone. She told me to calm down and said that he's just a kid, and stuff is replaceable. I told her she could replace it then. She said she didn't have the money right now, but maybe in a few months she could give me a few hundred. I told her that wasn't acceptable and that she needed to take full responsibility. She left in a huff, and now my whole family is blowing up my phone. My mom says I'm being materialistic and should understand that my nephew didn't mean it. My dad said I should have locked the door if it was that important. My brother actually said, "Why do you even need 3 monitors anyway? That's kind of overkill." I've filed a claim with my insurance, but there's no guarantee it'll be covered since it was technically guest damage. I also told her that if she does not pay up, I'll take her to court for what happened. Now I'm getting texts from my sister demanding an apology for blaming her kid for being curious. I told her I'd drop it if she covered the cost of repairs and replacements, or at least met me halfway, and she blocked me. So, am I overreacting if I take my sister to court over this? /relevant comments. Commenter. As a mom of 2 myself, this is entirely unacceptable. You cannot expect other people to baby-proof for you. You cannot expect other people to watch your child for you. You cannot expect other people to just be fine with your child destroying their things. As parents, we're used to having most of our things ruined by toddlers. Thank goodness we are long out of that stage, but that doesn't mean the people around you should expect it as well. The fact that she literally doesn't even care about what has happened is mind-blowing. Maybe she's just embarrassed and deflecting, because this speaks absolute volumes about her parenting skills. As for the rest of your family, I'm sure she is spinning this story differently, but screw them. They are showing you their true colors, if you haven't seen them before. Tell them they can all band together to get you the $2,000 you are owed by your sister. If you sue her for the full $2,000 and whatever dollar amount you are going to lose out on from not having a working PC. If you estimate, and can prove, you missed out on making $500 because you didn't have working equipment, sue her for $2,500. If it's $1,500, sue her for $3,500, etc. People learn best through their pockets. Just make sure you can prove it was money you definitely would have made if you had your equipment. Commenter 2. Your sister is a poor excuse for a parent. First off, she should have sat her little hobgoblin down and disciplined him for dumping books everywhere. When my daughters did destructive things, no matter their age, they were told no. Max is not learning normal boundaries and behavior. I would honestly just post the link to this on my social media and let the naysayers see what people think of your sister and them. My dog destroyed my friend's shoes. She is fairly well trained, but she is a retriever whose nickname is Wookie. She likes to retrieve shoes and eat them. I bought him a new $100 pair because that was the responsible thing to do. Honestly, I think they are blowing it off because it's a $2,000 gaming PC, but that is ridiculous. What if it was your work computer? Even worse, an irreplaceable family heirloom or an item from a deceased loved one. Good on you for not letting your sister get away with it, and screw all those enablers of her lack of parenting. Personally, I would block your sister and go no contact with all the people siding with her. Ops response. Yeah, I'm not ready to go full no contact right now, but I really appreciate your perspective. It's definitely something I'll keep in mind if things keep escalating and no one starts showing even a little respect for my boundaries. I just want accountability, not drama. But if they keep pushing, I won't hesitate to step back. I don't think I want to know my family if they can't appreciate the work I put into my hobbies. Thanks for the insight. Commenter 3. The real problem is that people with no integrity have no appreciation for the help they receive. She should 100% be on the hook, even if it means paying with a credit card. It's 100% her fault for allowing this to happen. Also, what was she doing when he was trashing the apartment after 10 minutes of arriving? Kids will be kids. For your parents, go over and just start destroying things, not really. I'm sure when they get upset, you can tell your mom to stop being materialistic. Your dad should have locked the door. Ask your brother why the house needs more than one of anything. Only then will they understand, probably still not, because they're hypocrites. Honestly, your sister sounds like a scumbag piece of crap. In part, it is your fault for allowing someone like that into your apartment. Why couldn't she stay with your all-understanding parents? Weird, it's not like she flipped a switch the moment she arrived. She was likely always a scumbag with this attitude. Op adds an edit to their post. My sister still has not unblocked me, but her husband reached out to find out what happened. I'm sorry I don't have more to share yet, but I'll update again when I do. Seriously, thanks for the insights, everyone. My head is a lot clearer now. Op adds a second edit to their post. My sister's husband reached out, as mentioned earlier, and we're working out a solution if possible. He's been really understanding, as have all of you. Also, to clarify the office situation, my one-bedroom apartment is on the smaller side, 355 square feet, so the landlord converted an old ex-clothes cabinet into a makeshift office. It's weird, but the building is from the 40s, and I guess they had to get creative with the space for an old tenant or something. So it's the living room, my sister and her kids slept there, plus kitchen, I slept there, plus the office. Thanks for all the support. I really don't have the words for how nice people have been, both in DMs and in the comments. Update 5 days later. Hey again, just wanted to post a quick update since it's been a little under a week and a few people ask what happened next. Things are better, pretty freaking weird, and still ongoing, but here's where we're at. Last Saturday, my brother-in-law came over to check out the damage himself. He actually brought Max with him, which I was almost livid about at first, but he had a reason. He asked Max to try opening the office/closet door. The kid couldn't do it. The door was too heavy for him. You probably can guess where this is going. My brother-in-law offered to take my PC to the store that originally built it for me, just to see what was fixable. I agreed, but asked for something in writing just so I had some peace of mind. We put together a little agreement that he'd be responsible for it while it was with him. Yeah, it was just a formality and would not hold much merit anywhere, but it helped me feel a bit more in control. On Monday, he dropped it off at the shop and gave them my number so they could keep me updated. He also told me he confronted my sister about how things played out. I sent him my original Reddit post too. He read the comments and apparently showed them to her. She still hasn't unblocked me, and from what I've heard, was not happy about the fact that my brother-in-law is actually listening to me. I also shared the post and some comments with my parents and brother since no one really believed me before. My parents still don't fully get it, but they've at least stopped pushing back. My brother is more understanding now, though for some reason he mostly wanted to talk about how many people saw the post. I don't think either of those three still care, really, and I'm fine if they see this, do better. Anyway, I went to see the PC today. The shop said it's mostly salvageable. It needs a very careful internal clean, a few fans replaced, and some wiring fixed, but overall the main parts survived somehow. My brother-in-law told me he'll cover the cost of the repair, no hesitation. When I brought up what my sister said about not being able to pay even $200, he said she's lying. He also said he's not sure Max actually did all the damage. He thinks the door was left open on purpose, or that my sister might have even done some of it herself. Based on the height of the tower and where the crackers ended up, it didn't quite add up to a toddler acting alone. Apparently, she's been telling him I have a gambling addiction. I did get a bit hooked on Genshin like 4 years ago, I guess, and that maybe this whole thing will wake me up, which is new. She used to be supportive or at least indifferent. No idea where that switch came from. So yeah, that's where we're at. My PC is being cleaned up and fixed, and my brother-in-law is covering the cost. My sister still has me blocked and won't talk to me. Still tempted to start something with her, to be honest, especially if she actually did all of this on purpose. Still not ruling out small claims court depending on how things go. Thanks again to everyone who responded to the original post. Seeing how many people understood what happened really helped me hold the line with my family when I felt like I was losing my mind. One thing I've been turning over in my head lately is what if my sister did do something to my setup on purpose? I don't want to believe that. It feels like a stretch, but the more I think about it, the less so, I guess. But then I remember how she acted when I asked her to keep Max out of the office. The eye roll and the he's just curious comments like she didn't take any of it seriously? And now hearing from my brother-in-law that she's been saying I have a crippling gambling/gaming/whatever addiction and needed to grow up. It's just weird. She used to be cool about it. Never super into games herself, but she got that it was important to me. If something changed, I don't know when or why. And if this was some weird way to make a point or teach me a lesson, that's messed up. You're not our mom. How about talking first instead of this? I don't want to jump to conclusions, but the more I think about it, the less it makes sense that Max could have done all of that alone. It's sick if she blamed her own son for it. So yeah, not accusing anyone outright, but that thought is there now. And if you're my sister reading this, which I'm guessing you are, I don't know why you blocked me, I don't know what shifted in your head about all this, but if you actually had anything to do with damaging my setup, whether it was on purpose or just through complete carelessness, F you. You know I worked hard for that. You know what that rig meant to me, and you know I would never do something like this to your stuff. And if Max really did all of it on his own, I hope you're paying closer attention now. Not for my sake, but for his. Read the comments on my first post again, from other parents and people with younger siblings who clearly know better than you, that's all. Thanks for reading, those who did. Top/relevant comments. Commenter. Wait, I thought the whole family was blowing up your phone, telling you how mean you were? Ops response. Yes, a week ago, before my first post. Is there something I can clarify for you here? My sister was talking incredible smack about me to them, making it seem like I screamed at her child over a minor mistake. Commenter 2. My guess, the sister is jealous that Op has a career, no children, and her own place where she gets to spend all her free time doing what she wants without anyone guilting her about it being a waste of time or questioning her priorities. This was her revenge. The brother-in-law has likely noticed some major discrepancies in his wife's behavior, and Op is going to update at some point about how her sister is going to a therapist, and they've arranged childcare or are putting their toddler into daycare so her sister can pursue hobbies. All in all, Op is likely not looking to be reimbursed because the things that truly require replacing, as opposed to the tower, aren't that expensive for a software developer, especially if she buys secondhand. Commenter 3. When she said Genshin addiction, I was expecting way worse. But $300 during COVID? Not even worth noting.